Hey Dolphins fans, welcome to another edition of Fins Talk Today. I'm your host, Bobby Melendez. We are now just a few days away from the NFL Draft. All the speculation, rumors, and smoke screens will start to die down, and reality will set in on Thursday night with the Dolphins currently holding the 6th and 18th overall pick. Of course, that suggests that Miami's going to stay there, but that may not be the case. Recently, the general manager of the Denver Broncos has stated in his press conference that he has spoken to general manager of the Miami Dolphins, Chris Grier. Of course, now when that came out, everybody started talking about would Miami trade down from 6 to 9? Or will they trade up from 18 back into the top 10 to the 9th overall pick? So let's play around with that and discuss and see what scenario sounds better. Let's say Miami is sitting at the 6th overall spot. Trevor Lawrence goes to the Jaguars, Wilson to the Jets, Mac Jones to the Niners. 4 is Atlanta. They take Kyle Pitts. Jamar Chase goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. Trey Lance, Justin Fields are still on the board at that point. Supposedly, the Broncos are very interested in Trey Lance. So let's say now the Dolphins trade down with the Broncos. Broncos trade up. They get Trey Lance. Dolphins trade to 9. What happens at 7? The 7th overall pick is the Detroit Lions. They like quarterbacks. Supposedly, they are leaning towards quarterback as well. That could be Justin Fields. Or they can go wide receiver. They've lost Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. They signed Brashard Perryman and another guy, but that's just what he was, another guy. They need help at that wide receiver spot. So it wouldn't be shocking if they took Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle at that point. But let's say they take Devontae Smith. 8th overall pick is the Carolina Panthers. They could trade down to a quarterback-needy team. Or they could take offensive tackle, Penei Sewell, or Rashawn Slater, or possibly defensive back. They could go wide receiver, but they got a good lineup there at wide receiver. So more than likely they're not taking one. Class is deep this year, so they could look to take one in the second round. However, now the 9th overall pick, the Miami Dolphins, are still sitting there, and there's still possibly a receiver or 2 on the board. Miami could end up taking Jalen Waddle at this point. Let's say if Devontae Smith went to the Detroit Lions, or vice versa, Devontae Smith to the Dolphins, Waddle to the Lions. Now Miami they got an extra pick, they got an extra second round pick, and maybe an extra 4th round pick, the 114th pick. I think for Denver, they have the 40th overall pick in the second round and the 114th in the 4th round. So that plus a pick swap could be enough to move up a couple spots into the first round. So Miami now has an extra second round pick. That's 3 second round picks with 36, 40, and 50 for the Dolphins. And now a 4th round pick, which they did not have before. I would not be surprised if Miami were to trade down in the first round, let's say to Denver, because I think they want to stay in that top 10, unless they're blown away by a trade offer from Chicago or somebody like that at 20. But let's say they do make this trade down. I think it's very likely that it could be receiver with the first pick, edge rusher with their 18th overall pick, and then look towards the bottom part of the first round in the NFL draft for the Miami Dolphins to possibly trade back into the first round. What position could they be, quote-unquote, tackling with that late first-round pick? I would say that's a running back. That's where the running back position makes sense. Could it be Najee Harris, Travis Etienne out of Clemson, or Javonte Williams? Well, Najee Harris, first off, could be the first running back off the board. The Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly very interested in taking him or an offensive lineman. So if Tavon Jenkins, who's another player they're very interested in, is taken at that point, maybe to the Indianapolis Colts, don't be surprised if Harris goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if Miami would trade up that high from the second round to take him. I think Miami is very comfortable with either Travis Etienne out of Clemson or Javonte Williams out of North Carolina. Suppose Miami's had a lot of meetings with Najee Harris. He was at the Senior Bowl, and in a lot of virtual meetings, a few virtual meetings with both Etienne and Williams. The better fit for me, even though both are great and I'd be happy with either of those 3, I honestly would. I think it's more important, I have stated this recently to a fellow Dolphin fan, I think it's more important for Miami to come out of this draft with one of those top 3 running backs over the top 3 receivers. I want those 3. I want Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, or Devontae Smith. I'm happy. Of course, Kyle Pitts is my number 1 option, but I consider him tight end until he's on the board. But if Miami somehow, some way, did not get a receiver in that first pick, then let's say they shock the world and they go another position here, and then they turn around and take one of the top running backs, I'm fine with that, because the receiver class is a lot deeper than this running back class. Even though there's some good backs in this class, Miami needs to come away with one of those top 3 backs. So let's say Harris is off the board. It's Etienne and Williams. Who do I go with? I go with Javonte Williams out of North Carolina. He still has a lot of thread on his tires. He's a power back. Miami needs that. They have a separation back, an explosive back in Gaskin. I believe in Gaskin. I think Gaskin will continue to improve, especially in a running back by committee backfield. So my pick would be Javonte Williams. So imagine that for a second. With the 6th overall pick, Miami trades from 6 to 9. They get Waddle or Smith, but let's say Waddle. 18, Azeez Al-Julari out of Georgia, defensive edge rusher. And then let's say Green Bay or Tampa, Miami trades back up with one of their picks and they take Javonte Williams. That's not a bad situation for Miami to come out of. Now, let's say if Miami trades back up, how does that situation play out? The only way I could see Miami trading back up is if the Dolphins get Kyle Pitts at 6. If somehow, some way the draft plays out where Kyle Pitts falls to the 6th overall pick, I don't see Miami Dolphins trading out of that pick. Now, crazier things have happened. Again, if an offer is presented to the Dolphins and it blows them out of the water, okay. But if Kyle Pitts is sitting there at 6, I don't think Miami trades out. I think Miami takes Kyle Pitts. Okay? They take Kyle Pitts with the 6th overall pick. Now I think it becomes a real possibility. The Dolphins look from 18 to trade back up into 9. The 9th overall pick with the Denver Broncos, or maybe another team. But what would be the player here? Who would Miami take? Well, I don't see them trading out of that pick if Kyle Pitts is off the board. I do see them doing it if they can get Kyle Pitts. But what position? I don't see them taking an edge rusher early. You can get an edge rusher later on in the draft, 18, or in the 2nd round. Running back is a little too early for a running back at that 9th spot. I don't see them taking a tackle, as much as everybody wants to talk about that. They just signed DJ Fluker. They drafted a tackle at 18 last year. I could see them doing that later in the draft. It's way too early for an interior lineman like Landon Dickinson or Creed Humphrey. I think they go wide receiver. If they get Kyle Pitts at 6, I could see them trading back up in the top 10 and getting their receiver that they're looking for. Let's say number 9, it's still a possibility that one of those 2 top receivers are going to be there. Again, like I had explained before, 7 could go wide receiver or quarterback with the Detroit Lions. Carolina could go offensive tackle or corner. That leaves at least 1 or 2 receivers, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, on the board for Miami. Miami trades back up, gets their guy. They end up now with Kyle Pitts and Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith leaving the 1st round. Now, here in those 2 scenarios, what do you guys think is the best option for Miami? Of course, you got option A, trading down from 6 to 9, let's say to the Denver Broncos, getting an extra 2nd, 4th round pick, ending up with an edge rusher, receiver, edge rusher, and running back at the end. Or option B, staying at 6, let's say Kyle Pitts is there, and then trading back up in the top 10 and getting a receiver. Now you end up with Kyle Pitts and a wide receiver. Now, of course, you got option C, and that's just stay as it is. Pick 6, go best player available, whoever's on your board, whether it's, of course, it's wide receiver, it's Kyle Pitts, he's taken there. You got Jamar Chase, who's most likely going to the Bengals. You got Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. You go one of those 2 guys at 6, okay? And then you go 18, you go edge rusher, more than likely that's the pick at that point. So stay where you're at. Option A, trade with the Broncos, trade down. Option B, trade up. Or option C, stay as is. Now, before we end it, I do want to discuss another report that came out, something that seems to be getting pushed. ProFootballTalk.com, they've said this in the past, especially when Miami was a 3rd overall pick, that the Dolphins were looking to take a quarterback. When the Dolphins traded from 3 to 12 back to 6, they said, okay, maybe the Dolphins aren't looking at a quarterback after all. But now they've come back around and they hammered on this. They say for certain the Dolphins are aiming at taking a quarterback at the 6th overall spot. Let me give you my opinion on this. I do not believe that the Dolphins are taking a quarterback at 6. I think they're comfortable with Tua Tagovailoa. I think they believe in Tua. I think their goal is to build around him. I also believe that Pro Football Talk believes what they are reporting. I think that they think that it's fact that the Dolphins are taking a quarterback. Why would that be the case? I think they believe their source. Who's their source? I think it's the Miami Dolphins. Why? If a team believes that the Dolphins are actually thinking or strongly considering drafting a quarterback, that team will trade up either with Miami to give extra picks. Miami could get more picks. Chris Greer loves picks. Or they trade above Miami, let's say to Atlanta. They offer Atlanta a ransom. The quarterback that they want is taken. That pushes Kyle Pitts to the Dolphins or Jamar Chase, depending if Cincinnati takes. But Cincinnati's taking Jamar Chase. That's my belief. So, or they trade up with Cincinnati. My belief is that the PureFootballTalk.com believes this. They're sticking with it. I think they're being told this. It could be from the Dolphins. Maybe Chris Greer is playing some great mind games here. I believe they believe in this, but I do think that it's the Dolphins telling him this, so I believe them. But I believe it's Miami playing the field here, trying to force a team to trade up to push down the player they want. It's very exciting. I think the Dolphins are one of the most exciting teams to watch in this draft. There's so many question marks. So many things could be done. The Dolphins have 2 first-round picks. They could end up with 3 first-round picks, or they can end up with a buttload of other picks later on in this draft. That doesn't count players possibly being moved as well. Does Devontae Parker stick around? Does Xavier Howard stick around? So many questions, guys. We're just a few days away. Stick with Fins Talk Today. If you like the show, comment below, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at Fins Talk Today, and you can follow me as well at Bobby Fins Talk. You can follow Dolphins Talk at Dolphins Talk. Check out DolphinsTalk.com, especially this week, the NFL Draft. Watch all the shows. We're sticking with every pick. We're going to be analyzing and having our reaction to every pick, every rumor that comes out, every trade, possible trade. Catch it all here. We're going to be discussing it. DolphinsTalk.com. Guys, this is exciting. We'll have my final mock draft for the Miami Dolphins, full 7-round. The 32-round mock draft for each team will be on DolphinsTalk.com. The live 7-round Dolphins mock draft, the final mock draft, will be on here at Fins Talk Today, just a couple days away. Check it out. Thanks for watching, guys, and hey, Fins up.